Hey friends, this is Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead. I'm about to do a walkabout, and I just wanted to show you how some things are doing. Here is my celery plants. Now, rather than tie them in bunches as I did last year, I'm going to try the other way, and that is just to hill the dirt up around them as they grow. And here, I don't know how well you can see. Let's see if we can get a little peek in there. There's my cabbage plants. They're doing really well. Here's a row of tomato plants. I believe these are Romas. And here's my peppers all along here. Now this is the yard that those little meat birds and that are going to come out in soon. And most of that weeds is lamb quarter and shepherd's purse, which are both edible, and shepherd's purse is a medicinal herb. But anyway, these chickens are going to come out here, and within a week this is going to be mowed right down to bare dirt so they can scratch in it. But this is what's really cool. I cut back all my wild raspberry plants and they've just gone ape shit. They are just full of blossoms that are starting to come. The bees are going to love it. I can't get back there because that's a ravine, and I would just go ass over tea kettle down into that ravine. That's like a 20-foot hill there. But look what I found. I'm going to make sure Howie picks those. That is elderberry. Isn't that wild? Look at that. I have elderberry growing in my yard. Now you can't see much, but over there I've got 3 rows of Indian corn, and they're up about 4 inches. And in another couple of inches, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant climbing Cherokee Trail of Tears beans around them so that they'll climb up and eat themselves on the corn. Now the corn and the Cherokee beans are for drying. They're for flour, cracked corn, and canning, and pork and beans and that kind of thing. So once they are established, I won't even have to go in there and weed or anything. They'll just do their thing until they're all dried down, and I'll be able to harvest them just dry right on the stalk. Here's my regular beans, the ones I'm canning. They're not doing the greatest, but we're about to get some rain, so I mean they're going to be okay. There's one of my borage plants. I've put some back behind by the beehives, and we've had a problem with our bees this year, so we're going to have to replace some bees and some queens. So hopefully we'll be continuing working on the bees. We are not giving up. These are some of my tomatoes. Not too sure about how they're liking this contraption, but this will be the last year for these planters because they're falling apart. And I've got some Black Beauty zucchini. This is the back of the house. Now, as you can see, it only gets a little bit of sunlight there, but it gets most sunlight in the morning, and that side gets it for most of the day. So I've planted 3 rows of different kinds of heirloom popcorn in there. Heirloom organic, of course. And back there along the wall, I don't know how well you can see it, is a whole round, about 20 asparagus plants. And I've put in some squash here, and those are eggshells you see that my squash plants were in. And I've also poked some more seeds in. So this used to be just where we piled a lot of our garbage that we're getting rid of. So this is all done, and we have to put a little bit more of our dirt pile. A little bit more of our dirt pile is going to go right in here from the wheelbarrow over. I just need a path to my chicken coop door. Yes, it's still messy. We've got some things to do. But I just need a path to my chicken coop door, and over here we'll plant our kale and our Swiss chard. Let's go see how our potatoes are doing. Now, taking advice from some people online, I actually buried these yesterday, almost completely buried them, and they are just growing like crazy. So we're going to get rain over the next 2 days, and then we're going to be rolling these sides up and burying them some more. And there's my tomato plants planted in the tires with the goat poop. That one needs more soil. but I've got pretty much 2 in each planter, and they're loving that goat poop and rabbit poop, that's for sure. Yes, I have lots of weeds, but you know what, as long as they don't interfere with my gardening, I leave them, because that's plantain, that's medicinal, and the dandelions the bees love. My medicinal herbs, look at that comfrey. And there's my mugwort and my yarrow and my leeks. It's doing really well. Here's our kitchen herbs, and we have summer savory and basil and sage and rosemary and English thyme and some more leeks. And this is French tarragon and of course curled parsley. Look at that! I found a wee tiny tomato plant in there. Let's just leave it and see what it does, eh? Some of my parsley's buried here. We'll have to excavate it. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Look at that. Look at that. That's a little wee tomato plant. Hey, what do you think about that, Pix? Hey, look at that little tomato plant, Pixie. That's Mummy's corn. You stay out of it. This is my sweet corn. These are blue jade, and apparently they come out steel blue, and then when you boil them they turn a jade color, and they're mini. They are an heirloom organic, but they're a small corn. They only grow 3 feet tall, and their cobs are only 3 to 6 inches long, and apparently they're perfect for container gardening, so I thought I would preview them for you folks. Alright, now let's have a look at the strawberries. Most of the strawberry plants seem to have survived our semi-drought, and they're coming along. I don't hold out much hope for getting fruit off them this year, but you know what? If they survive and they grow for next year, I'll be really happy. Here's some banana pepper plants I bought. I lost 2. There's a gap there. I lost 2 because they had some kind of cutworm that just ate all around the stem. But the rest, God willing, seem to be doing really well. So anyway, shall we go in the barn and see if my homemade organic incubator's working? Let's go have a look. You remember that chicken that wouldn't get off the eggs? Nibs? She's Licorice's daughter. Let's have a look. She's got about 12 eggs under her, and I have never listened to her. She's getting ugly. Hey! She is not thrilled about me being in. I don't know how well you can see that, folks. She's as bald as a buzzard. Let's see if we can get a picture. Well, I think I have a picture, so let's just leave her alone. She seems upset. That's our buck Oli. He's finally changing his voice. And there's Biddy and Blossom and Clover and Sven. No, guys, I don't have any treats for you right now. Later, okay? So there it is, folks. I've given the main garden, for what it's worth at the moment, a once over with the hoe. And as you can tell, we don't... Yeah, I'm a little sweaty. We don't, excuse me, horses sweat. Men perspire, ladies glisten, as my Aunt Josie, God rest her soul, would say. As you can tell, this is the main garden space from the very beginning, and we know it's not enough. So we, like I've said before, we've gotten inventive. We've got raised beds, containers, tire containers. We're using every square inch that's possible. If you don't have a lot of space, get creative. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, I need a lemonade. Bye-bye.